Good morning, I'm Dusha Agarwal and you're watching News Flash. Today is the 29th of April and we have a lineup of crucial stories touching every corner of the globe, from the latest developments in politics to groundbreaking advancements in technology. A senior Qatari official has called for more commitment from Israel and Hamas in ceasefire talks, aiming to secure the release of Israeli hostages and ease tensions in the Gaza conflict. Former Health Minister Dr. Dan Poulter's defection to the Labour Party deals a blow to UK PM Rishi Sunak's administration. Now, Poulter criticized the Conservatives, accusing them of prioritizing nationalism over compassion and neglecting the NHS. With increasing India's dependence on Chinese industrial goods like telecom, machinery and electronics, Beijing's share in New Delhi's imports of such goods rose to 30% from 21% in the last 15 years, a report said. As China's presence in Europe continues to fade down, reports are emerging that Beijing has appealed to France to sway the European Union towards a positive and pragmatic China policy. From ancient fertilizer methods in Zimbabwe to new greenhouse technology in Somalia, farmers across the heavily agriculture-reliant African continent are looking to the past and future to respond to climate change. A devastating tornado swept through Guangzhou, China, claiming the lives of at least 5 people and injuring 33 others. The tornado struck the capital of Guangdong province. A humanitarian aid flotilla destined for Gaza was halted after Guinea-Bissau decided to remove its flag from 2 vessels, activist group Freedom Flotilla Coalition said on Saturday. France's foreign minister will push proposals to prevent further escalation and a potential war between Israel and Iran-backed Hezbollah during a visit to Lebanon on Sunday as Paris seeks to redefine or refine a roadmap that both sides could accept to ease tensions. The US Federal Reserve is highly likely to keep interest rates unchanged later this week as policymakers contend with a recent uptick in inflation that has sharply cut the chance of a summer start to interest rate cuts. A volcano in eastern Indonesia erupted on Sunday morning, sweeping an ash tower more than 2 miles into the sky and prompting officials to warn people to keep away. Large protests outside a White House correspondents' dinner sparked by the war in Gaza were mostly ignored by participants inside. Now, President Joe Biden used the event to deliver a mix of jokes and serious warnings about Donald Trump's bid to reclaim the presidency. 20 troops have died and several more have been injured in the incident involving munitions at a facility in southwest Cambodia, according to the Prime Minister. President Yoon Suk Yeol and opposition leader Lee Myung are scheduled to meet for the first time this week, with many waiting to see the demands or what demands Lee would make following his party's huge victory in the April 10 legislative elections. Women constituted only 8% of the total 1,618 candidates in the first 2 phases of the Lok Sabha polls, with political activists saying it reflects a deeper issue of gender bias and that the talk of empowering them rings hollow. In a setback to the Congress ahead of the Lok Sabha polls, senior leader Arvinder Singh Lavli has resigned as the party's Delhi unit chief, citing the alliance with the AAP as one of the reasons. India will never give up, according to Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, who stated on Sunday that discussions between China and India are proceeding amicably and in a positive atmosphere. Indian Coast Guard intercepted a Pakistani vessel carrying 86 kilograms of narcotics worth rupees 600 crore. A joint operation with the Anti-Terrorism Squad and Narcotics Control Bureau was conducted based on intelligence inputs to combat drug trafficking. The centre on Saturday said it has allowed exports of 99,500 tons of onions, mainly sourced from Maharashtra, to 6 neighbouring countries despite the ban on shipments. It's time for a break now. We'll be back with more news. Stay tuned.
ये सब आपके रिश्तेदार हैं?
बिजनेस पार्टनर है जी। ये दीदी बंगाल में बिजनेस संभालती हैं, वो चाचा बिहार में, ये यूपी में, ये मुंबई में और ये चेन्नई में। और इन्होंने हाल ही में खोली है दुकान दिल्ली में, पूरे देश में बिजनेस फैला है जी। सब कमाते हैं और मेरी बात तो खाता है।
ये इंडियन चीज है, चाइनीज नहीं।
दूल्हे तो आप ही हो ना।
और कौन होगा जी? देखिए, दादी का दिया हुआ सब कुछ है। सरनेम है, दौलत है, शोहरत है, इज्जत है, मतलब मिल जाएगी शादी के बाद जी।
तो हेलो, दूल्हा कौन होगा ये डिसाइड नहीं हुआ है अब तक। दूल्हा हम बनेंगे, इज्जत की कोई कमी नहीं है।
ए भाई, तुम तो रहने ही दो, हमारी दुकान इनसे काफी बड़ी है। दूल्हा तो हम ही बनेंगे, है ना पापा? पापा, पापा।
सब गुर्बत, इसको तो हम बिहार में दूल्हा बना देंगे, लेकिन यहाँ पे दूल्हा हम ही बनेंगे।
ओ काका, सारी शादियाँ क्या आपके ही घर में होगी क्या? और हम क्या यहाँ यूं ही दुकान खोल के बैठे हैं क्या?
ओ भाई, पिछली बार भी किसी दूसरे की बारात पे दूल्हा बन गए थे आप। इस बार आपकी दुकान भी आपके नाम से नहीं है।
अरे रुको 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 रुको, इसके बारे में हम बाद में बात करेंगे।
ओ दादा, दूल्हा तो इनके मैनेजर ही बनेगी।
हाँ, दूल्हा तो छोटे बाबा ही बनेंगे।
या, it's absolutely right.
1 सेकंड, व्हाई नॉट मी?
वही बोल रहा हूँ, हम क्यों नहीं बन सकते? ये दूल्हा नहीं, दूल्हा हम बनेंगे।
आणि माझं काय? मैं बनूंगा दूल्हा।
अरे दूल्हा मैं बनूंगा।
घर का टेंशन मत लो अंकल, शादी के बाद तो घर हमारा ही होगा ना।
आपको लगता है ये अपने बीच दूल्हा चुन सकते हैं? तो प्रधानमंत्री कैसे चुनेंगे? खानदानी लुटेरों की कोशिश होगी बेकार। अब की बार 400 पार।
ISRO chairman S. Somnath engaged with the public on Instagram, fielding questions about future missions like Chandrayaan and asteroid explorations, along with inquiries about finding water and educating children on building nanosatellites. Hindu pilgrims in southwestern Pakistan commenced their religious rituals with the ascent of steep mud volcanoes, climbing stairs or rocks. They reach the summit, tossing coconuts and rose petals into the crater as they seek divine permission to visit Hinglaj Mata, an ancient cave temple central to their 3-day worship. 2 doctors testifying at a recent hearing revealed that an Indian origin radiologist who drove his Tesla off a cliff in the US with his family, including wife and children inside, allegedly suffered from major depressive disorder and was experiencing a psychotic break at the time of the incident. Elon Musk made a surprise visit to China, landing in Beijing aboard a private jet, according to flight tracking data. Now, Musk aims to discuss the rollout of full self-driving software in China and secure approval to transfer data collected there abroad for training autonomous driving algorithms. 2 individuals were swept away by strong currents in the river Ganga in Uttarakhand, Rishikesh. A search operation led by the Uttarakhand police and the state disaster response force is underway to locate them. An Indian naval destroyer rendered assistance to a Panama flagged crude oil tanker carrying 30 crew members, including 22 Indians, after the vessel was targeted in a missile attack by Houthi militants, as reported by the country's navy on Sunday. PM Modi criticized the Congress government in Karnataka for what he termed as vote bank politics in the Hubali murder case, expressing concerns over the law and order situation in the state during his remarks. In an exclusive interview with News 18 Network, PM Modi indicated that the Bharatiya Janata Party opposes the concept of inheritance tax, stating that it does not align with the party's vision for the country as outlined in its manifesto. On October 21, 2015, Chinese authorities detained a 15-year-old Tibetan girl and her sister in Gaba County for 3 years. They were arrested for displaying portraits of the Dalai Lama and advocating for Tibetan independence. Pakistan's Foreign Minister Ishaq Dar was on Sunday appointed as the Deputy Prime Minister of the country, according to a notification issued by the Cabinet Division. Amid ongoing Israeli airstrikes on Gaza, the United States is striving to block potential arrest warrants from the International Criminal Court against Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and other Israeli officials. In a recent exclusive interview with News 18, PM Modi suggested that the Congress manifesto for the ongoing Lok Sabha elections reflects the influence of the Muslim League. He criticized the opposition party, contrasting its approach with his focus on the inheritance of development. That's all for the headlines of the day. For more updates, download the app and keep watching Rhythm.